Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
He's a jackass.
Big reputation, big reputation. Ooh, you and me, we got big reputations.
Welcome everybody to the first installment in a series of videos exploring Taylor Swift's reputation. In today's video, we are going to explore the connection between Taylor Swift and Kanye West. Let's begin with a familiar event. 2009 MTV Music Awards. Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech, and soon enough everybody was chiming in, from fans to the President of the United States, chastising Kanye for his actions. Kanye was quick to apologize.
I don't try to justify it because I was just in the wrong. That's period. But
though he later took it back in a 2013 interview with the New York Times.
If anyone's reading this waiting for some type of full-on flat apology for anything, they should just stop reading right now.
And you can bet that since both parties involved are musicians, they both wrote songs about their experiences. In 2010, Taylor wrote a song called Innocent. And in 2015, Kanye wrote Famous.
I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous.
Now, clearly there's a difference between these two songs. While Taylor is reaching for a conciliatory tone, Kanye is much more aggressive. So what's going on here? Well, it's important to keep in mind the time difference between these two songs. Taylor wrote hers before Kanye had taken back his apology, while Kanye is 2 years removed from that. So the tone should be different between these two, because Taylor, at this time, is still trying to be friends with Kanye, while Kanye clearly has moved on and is more adversarial in general about the nature between these two. Or maybe he isn't. Earlier in 2015, Kanye received the VMA Vanguard Award, presented by Taylor Swift, leading to this little exchange.
So I guess I have to say to all the other winners tonight, I'm really happy for you. And I'm gonna let you finish. But Kanye West has had one of the greatest careers of all time. And right now, I am honored to present the 2015 Vanguard Award to my friend, Kanye West.
Kanye even sent Taylor flowers after the award show, which makes it even weirder that he would release Famous the way he did. Shortly after the song was released, Kanye claims he had called Taylor before he released the song, and she approved of the lyrics. Taylor pushes back on this narrative pretty forcefully during her Grammy Album of the Year acceptance speech, where she says,
There are going to be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame. But if you just focus on the work and you don't let those people sidetrack you, someday when you get where you're going, you'll look around and you will know that it was you and the people who love you who put you there. And that will be the greatest feeling in the world. Thank you.
Some months pass after that speech before Kim Kardashian, Kanye's wife, claims in an interview to have audio of the phone call where Taylor talked to Kanye and approved the song. After that, bits and pieces of that call are released on her Snapchat. While some parts of the phone call do tend to back up Kim and Kanye's story that Taylor approved of the lyrics,
I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex.
And, you know, if people ask me about it, I think it would be great for me to be like, look, she called me and told me the line before it came out. Like, joke's on you guys, we're fine.
some actually show her to be hesitant.
Unlike this close to overexposure.
And further, we don't really have the entire call, so we have no way of knowing what Taylor was given to approve and what she wasn't. And frankly, there are a few other red flags. If you have the entire phone call recorded, why not release the entire thing instead of just parts of it on Snapchat? Wouldn't you want to cover your bases and make sure people can't say, oh, well, things are missing, so we don't know what could have been said? It looks sort of suspicious to keep that part hidden. And on top of that, Taylor references the line that Kanye read to her for approval. There are actually a couple lines that reference Taylor in the song, and one in particular that he definitely does not read on the phone call that we see, which is the one that's probably the most offensive.
I made that bitch famous.
And the reason that I mentioned that line in particular is because Taylor goes on to mention that line in particular. When, after the phone call is released, she releases a statement saying that she never approved of that line. And, it makes sense for her to say that, because if she did approve of the other line that Kanye read to her, that's one thing. But if Kanye never read that line to her and then put it in the song, it kind of changes the context of all the other lines, and you can't expect the previous approval that she gave to stick around when the lines now mean something different. Despite the relative lack of proof against Taylor, the media overwhelmingly took Kim and Kanye's side, citing the phone call as evidence enough that Taylor did approve of the lyrics to the song ahead of time, saying she was a hypocrite and a liar. So Taylor removed herself from public life until the release of her new album Reputation in 2017. As expected, the new album was released with a few tracks likely aimed at Kim and Kanye, but more interestingly, Taylor did not promote her album in the ways that she had in the past. She did not do any interviews and instead released a magazine of her own writings for people to dissect. When she went on shows such as Saturday Night Live or The Tonight Show, she only performed music and did not talk to the hosts. This shows a distrust of the media who had scorned her the year before. Taylor is now embarked on her Reputation Stadium tour, and Kanye is in the headlines for news completely unrelated to Taylor Swift. So, all's well that ends well, I suppose. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. And if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, related to this or otherwise, also let me know. Until next time, bye!
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years? That sounds like a choice.
He's a jackass.